Welcome back, and you're watching Ososik Media. I'm here once again with Sean at Church Automotive in Wilmington, California. But this time, I did do an upgrade. Finally, after researching, I got myself in a Trinity exhaust. Once you get everything assembled on a Trinity exhaust, don't forget to put the O2 sensor in. Take it off the OEM exhaust, and then it's just easier to put this on now while the exhaust is off rather than trying to put it on while it's on. Alright, now that you're ready to put the Trinity exhaust on, and it's all assembled, I already put the O2 sensor on. Hold it up. And I'm going to bolt these into place first. That way it can hold up the exhaust for me. It's the 14 millimeter bolt. Just hand tight. And then once I put all the bolts on, I'll torque everything down. The bolts that connect the exhaust to the header, it's actually size 12. Don't forget to put the spring in if it falls off. And the nut side is actually tack welded onto the header side, so be good to go. This is pretty much mounted on, hanging from the back. And remember, easier to have the O2 sensor already in place. You can go ahead and put on the, bolt down the exhaust to the header. And then once you screw that down, you can go ahead and clip the O2 sensor in place, and then put it back on the little mount right here on top. It's actually, as you saw, pretty easy to install. So now it's time to put it on the dyno and kind of see what it does. So as I mentioned in the first video, I wasn't really sure of which tuner to go with. I didn't get one. Do you think it's going to have any effect on this?
Probably not. I mean, maybe the mixture will change enough that we'd want to tweak it a little bit, but you know, with an exhaust like this, we're still running mufflers. It's not straight piped or anything like that. So I don't think the change is going to be so dramatic that we have to worry about the mixture being way out of whack at this point.
Right. And if it was, you'd let off, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Because I don't want to change a motor swap yet, but if I did, I would definitely record it and teach you guys every step of the way. But let's hope I don't have to do that.
Let's wait a while for that one, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So hopefully I make a little more horsepower. I think it will. I mean, if it's anything like a car, it should.
Yeah, and it sounds really good too.
Oh, definitely. It definitely woke it up. And I actually really like the way it sounds. It's not turboed, but I mean, it is what it is.
Steps,
so,
right.
Baby steps, yeah. I'm not, my pockets, tax season. So we're going to go ahead and get this back on the dyno, and at the end we're going to be able to compare the first day when we first came out here, 100% stock, to what it is now, right?
Yeah, and we're going to use corrected dyno numbers, so we're going to correct for the weather conditions so we have the best possible comparison of those two different numbers.
But the only thing I'm a little concerned about is once it's all dialed in and I start putting some more mods and we actually tune it, how that tune's going to be affected once I finally get out to the desert. Because obviously me and the guys are going to be taking this to Baja, right? And usually it's really hot, and it's in the middle of nowhere, and it's definitely a different environment.
You might even climb a small mountain at some point, right?
I'm definitely going to climb a mountain. So how would that elevation affect? Obviously it does affect the tune, but will I have any issues? Will I need to tune it when I'm out there?
No, and we'll talk more about this later, but working with Jackson Racing a little bit on some of their projects, they've shared with us some information about how the ECU works, and I can tell you that it has those sorts of compensations already built in, so you're good to go.
Well, there you have it. So I'm sure as the time goes on, we're going to get more in depth with it, but for now, let's just keep it simple. Got this very nice looking Trinity exhaust. See what it sounds like on the dyno, and let's just see if it makes any more horsepower.
Sounds good. We did some testing with the Trinity exhaust. We did the same 3-run sweep that we did with the stock exhaust, and there were definitive gains over stock. Not a lot, but the nice thing is that because this vehicle is so repeatable, remember on the stock runs we were within 0.1 horsepower over 3 runs. If we gain a horsepower or two, we can pretty much say, yeah, we did gain that kind of horsepower. And for this, we went from a best of 93.16, 93.2 in the previous to 95.65 with the Trinity exhaust. And that was pretty consistent. We were in the 95s every single run with the Trinity. So figure about 2 to 2.5 horsepower and about 2 to 2.5 pound-feet of torque. So the biggest torque gains actually came down low. We had some spots under 5,000 RPM where we saw maybe 3 or 4 pound-feet. And again, that may not sound like a lot, but remember we're starting with about 90 horsepower at the wheels. So percentage-wise, we're seeing 2 to 3% gains, which is not bad for simply bolting on a new exhaust system. So 2.5% on a 700 horsepower vehicle would end up being about 18 horsepower. So, not a huge gain, but not insignificant. And if we're looking to actually add more performance later, we're going to increase the airflow on the intake side and everything else, then having a better flowing exhaust is more useful for that as well. So the more mods we do, the more the exhaust is going to help us.
So when it comes time to tuning this thing, is that going to affect, is the location here going to affect me driving out in the desert, especially when we start taking this to Baja?
No, the great thing about the way this ECU works is that it uses a map sensor to sample the barometric pressure. So if you are starting at higher elevation, it looks at what the barometric pressure is when you start the vehicle and says, okay, I have less air now, therefore I'm going to add less fuel. It does run alpha N, which is basically throttle position and RPM based, but it does sample the barometric pressure so it knows how much fuel it needs to use based on the elevation that you're starting out at. And it does, as far as we know, resample barometric pressure periodically during driving as well. So even if you were to go from, say, 7,000 feet up in the mountains down to, say, 3,000 feet, it's going to resample along the way to make sure your feeling is correct.
So, thank you guys for watching. Honestly, I'm not even sure what mod to do next, so comment below, make your suggestions, and I might just do it. Other than that, one day I hope to at least break 100 horsepower. I can't believe I'm even saying that, but but I am. I've never been so excited to hit 100, three digits.
3 digits.
That's it. So it's definitely changed, but keep in mind, power to weight ratio is a real thing, and I understand that. And these things are no joke. Even stock at 90 or 93 horsepower, this thing will put you in the back of the seat. So that 2 horsepower gain with the exhaust, and it's lighter, should make a difference.
And again, it sounds good.
And it sounds really cool. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. See you guys in the next one.